Good morning guys. Okay, it's Thursday, it's day 29 of my cycle, and yesterday AF came. Now, I'm not totally shocked and surprised. I didn't have huge amounts of symptoms. I did feel tired, moody, spotty, emotional, hungry, things like that, but my boobs weren't sore, I wasn't weeing frequently, and I definitely wasn't super thirsty like I am when I'm usually pregnant. The sore boobs aren't always a given factor, but I am normally really thirsty and weeing constantly. That didn't kick in. Obviously I was holding on truly to what Vashti said, but Vashti did say, I can see a November baby, November the 20th keeps coming up in the card reading, but you're definitely going to have a baby 2019, I can see it. I got in contact with her straight away last night because I was keeping everything crossed and Googling everything for implantation because I felt just a little bit icky down below, a little bit damp, and I wasn't cramping or anything, just a bit damp. And I went to the loo and wiped and there was nothing, but there was some brown in my panty liner and it looked like rusty brown. So my heart sank and I said to my husband, I think we're out this month. And he was like, well, you don't know yet, it could be something else, just sit and relax and have a cup of tea. This was like about 6 o'clock, so we were putting the children to bed, the younger three. That normally takes us about half an hour by the time we've done stories and things. So we were putting the younger three to bed, and then 6:45 when the older two were getting showered to go up, I quickly took a shower and there was no blood or anything on my towel. I'm sorry if it's TMI, but I just want to let you ladies know how it was for me. So I put another fresh panty liner on, sat downstairs. My older boy was up with me for a little bit because the older two generally go to bed at 7:30 on a school night. They might do bits and, you know, the older one sometimes watches TV in his room till about 8:30, but they always are downstairs with us till about 7, the older two. But last night my eldest stayed downstairs and he was like, you all right, Mum? And I was so upset. I just could not shift the disappointment on my face. And for him to notice, that's something, because he's 13, and apart from football and the Xbox, I mean, not a lot takes his mind. So to notice that I was feeling down was really like a bit upsetting. And I said, I'm fine. I said, why don't you just get yourself off upstairs, you know, take a little drink of water upstairs and get your head down now. And he's like, oh, I want to watch TV. So I'm like, yeah, go upstairs. I just had to be on my own. I felt so damn bloody pissed off, if I'm being honest. It's not that bad though, because at least I'm thinking everything's in place. I'm obviously ovulating, I'm obviously having periods. You know, I told you I'm a 28, 29 day cycle. It was day 28 yesterday. Anyway, so I checked my panty liner, but by 8 o'clock there was just a tiny bit of brown, so I was holding on everything for implantation. And I Googled implantation can last a day to 2 days. It's normally a rusty brown or a pink, not usually bright cherry red and not a constant flow. So I was looking out for that, and implantation can be a bit red, but normally it's very light. It's spitty spotty on a panty liner, or if it is a flow, it's so gentle. It doesn't need a pad or a tampon or anything, and I'm not using tampons because of the miscarriage. I just don't want any intervention like that, so I'm just at the moment using little pads. I feel much more happier and in control doing that. So I went to bed about 9 o'clock after a really good hug with my husband. He was very supportive. He's not brilliant at things like this because he is a bit like, I'd love another baby, of course I want one, but I'm happy to do what you want to do. I think if I turned around and said I don't want to try anymore, he'd be like, oh, are you dead sure? You 100%? He'd be a bit like that, but he'd be happy to go with whatever. But I am desperate, and I was crying when my little boy went upstairs. That's why I wanted him to go upstairs, because I just wanted a hug. And although I wanted to be on my own, I wanted a bit of adult time just to be with my husband. And anyway, we had a hug and I cried and said, I just really thought we were in with a chance this month. And he said, but Ingrid, you've got to understand, we stopped a day before your fertile day. And even he knows. I mean, he said, you even said you ovulate. He said, he doesn't say ovulated, but he went, your right time was day 14-15. We did it the morning of the 13th. He said, plus we're doing the shuttles, which is, you don't want me to go in really massively. And I know that's TMI, but I'm like, I know. And he said, so if we just had a good time and did it on the 14th, 15th, you probably would be pregnant. And I'm like, you are right. So he said, let's try again. But then it does bring me right up to having a December baby. Vashti said 2019. Perhaps her month was wrong. Perhaps I will have a baby. Perhaps it'll still be 3 weeks early. You just don't know. I don't want it to be that early because you can only have a home birth, a proper home birth. They bring the stuff on the 37th week and they will not deliver till 38 weeks at home. You've got to reach 38 weeks for them to do a home delivery. They won't deliver at home. Like if you go into labour before then, you've got to just go into the labour ward. I know that because I've had tons of home births, obviously. So yeah, they bring your stuff on week 37 with your checkup, but they will not deliver till you reach 38. And equally, hi darling, and equally, they won't deliver you if you reach 40 weeks. They give you a week over, and if you go over 41 weeks, this is in West Sussex, I don't know whether it's different wherever you are, but they deliver your home delivery stuff 37 weeks. You can't be delivered before 38 weeks, and then if you go over, they'll let you go over by a week. And what they do is when you get to gestation of 40 plus 5, which I did with her, they then ring you up and book you in for induction. And I remember with her, my midwife said, look, I'm going to ring you tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be in labour by tomorrow, but I've got to ring you tomorrow with a possible induction date. I don't know whether that's because it was my 5th baby, I don't know. But anyway, she said we won't deliver you past 41 weeks at home because of risk factor. So I literally went into labour. Hang on a sec, we'll go to Teddy's in a minute. She's got a play date with her friend called Teddy. She's so excited. We go once a fortnight. It's Zoe, who also miscarried the same time as me. She started trying after her period and was really thinking she was 100% pregnant, and she came on last week. Anyway, she's day 9 of her cycle, so she's feeling all upbeat and positive, and she was like, we're on it now, we're on it, and really excited. I'm like, you do know it's going to be slap bang in the middle of if you get pregnant, it's going to be 14th, 15th of December. She said, I don't care now, boy, girl, do not care. Anyway, going back to that, so yeah, I really didn't want a home birth over Christmas. As you know, I was going to skip trying the following cycle. But after speaking to Aaron last night and crying, he said, I think we should just go for it. He said, we'll start doing it straight after your period. We won't do it every other day. And I said, well, I want to do, he said, I know you want to do the girl thing. We can do the position. I'll get you some in a minute. I just got to get us some little cereal bits. Hang on, one sec. Here you go. So he was like, we can still do the shuttles, meaning like the no big O and the position. We can do that. It's shallow, missionary, no big O. We can do that. I can still do the calcium and magnesium diet. And it's going to be girl on the gender calendar. It doesn't mean a lot to me, this. I still want a gender sway girl just so that we don't have to move house. Okay, that's why I'm doing it. And I've got a lot of girl stuff that I can use. They're the 2 primary reasons. But now I'm desperate. I just want a baby that's healthy. I want to be healthy, and I want to make our 5 babies into 6. That's the ultimate goal. However, I can still do the calcium magnesium diet because I quite enjoy it. Although I've had 2 weeks of eating crap, absolute crap. I have been eating my vegetables, but I have not said no to biscuits, cakes and things, which I'm going to cut that out now. I know it's period and nothing else, and not my body craving. I'm cutting that out now. So I can do the diet, I can do the shuttles, but what I'm going to do is not the shuttles bit where he says stop 2 days, at least 2 days before ovulation, ideally 3. I'm not going to do that now, guys. I am just going to do the position and the no big O for the shuttles. I can't risk this going on any longer. My heart can't take the disappointment. And I've got to think of the other children. Saying that though, I am going to try this cycle because although it'll be a home birth at Christmas, I'm just going to go about my daily tasks as usual. I'll still book panto, still book Christmas with Santa's elves for breakfast and all of that. I'll still do everything in the diary. The only thing we do is 2 trips away to friends' houses. They might have to come to us for a roast dinner or something instead, or maybe we can go to them and have dinner instead of a sleepover, just so that I am at base if I go into labour, because if it is quick, like 2 to 3 hours, I will have just enough time to pack the children's bags and get them to my mum's, who lives 5 miles down the road. So we won't do sleepovers, but I will still keep it that we're having Christmas as we would, so I won't ruin it for them. But yeah, I still want a home birth. So when I had my little girl, I went gestation 40 days plus 5. And my midwife was like, I've got to book you in for an induction. If you go into labour before then, that's great. And I was like, okay. and she phoned me literally the day before, and then the next day, like I say, she was born 40 plus 5. So I've had literally 2 babies that have gone 5 days over, and the first 3 were the first. I had my little boy he was 5 days early, then my little girl was 5 days early, then my little boy was 4 days early, then my other little boy was 4 days late, and then she was 5 days late. So it has been a mixture. So that said, I'm going for this cycle. I'm going to get this period out my system. So it was implantation bleeding, I thought at first, because it's that rusty brown dry looking panty liner. But this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, I felt seriously like, oh, I better check my pad, and it had gone from that dry nothing to I need to have a quick change of pad, and I put a heavy one on. And I've just changed it. I've just had a shower and put my makeup on at 9 o'clock, and I changed it, so I'm not super heavy, but it is a period. So yeah, out on Flow Showed on day 28. But all I'm grasping from this, as I think you can see, is positive facts. 1, Vashti saw me having a 2019 baby. 2, I'm still ovulating and getting my period, so everything's good in that department. And I got pregnant 2 months ago, as we know, so everything is working. 3, my midwife's not going away December, January. 4, we've got 3 birthdays over Christmas and December. What's another one? And 5, I'm still alive and everyone's happy and healthy. So, okay, I haven't fallen this cycle. It's a bum deal, but I've got to get over it. I was so tearful last night and this morning, but I've had a shower, spoke to Zoe, go around there for a nice coffee now. I'm due over there in 5 minutes, so I've got to shoot. But, yeah, she's all upbeat now. And she did say, Ingrid, I was so upset when I came on my period. I literally didn't want to answer the door to anyone, didn't want to do anything. She said, I had a day of that and then I was fine. You'll be fine. And she said, I'll keep my fingers crossed for implantation, but keep positive. And then this morning I was crying, and Aaron just gave me a hug and said, look, get over this, 3 or 4 days of bleeding, and then we'll have a nice, we'll just relax and do whatever comes. So that's what we're going to do. The Shettles position, the diet, the no big O. It's going to be on Girl on the Gender calendar, and it will be a new moon phase because we've just gone into full moon phase now, so it works out new moon as well. So the only thing I won't be doing, guys, is I won't be doing the ovulation. But if you want to leave comments below for me, perhaps you fell for a girl and it was bang on your ovulation. I've heard that happen, so I am going to do it this time. Day 12, I'm going to probably do every other day, but I am definitely going to do day 13 and day 15. Or I might do the crucial ones, 13, 14 and 15, which I believe are going to be crucial to me, and then sporadical before then, just to get the strength of the seed up. That's what I think. But I'm definitely thinking now, right, keep to the no caffeine, keep to the no alcohol, stay calm. And I've got a reading next week on Thursday, and I just text Vashti and she said, you've got to keep positive and strong. It's going to happen. I saw it in the cards. There's definitely a baby. We'll have a look at your cards again, but you're definitely having a baby. I've seen it. That was no, she just said, you've got to stay positive and strong. There's definitely a baby. So we'll have a look again. I mean, I don't know where the 20th of November came. Have no idea. You know, and I'm not late, so it can't be like I've had a chemical pregnancy where you're pregnant for a few days and then you're not, because I'm bang on time. So we'll have a look at that and I'll let you know. But I did my crystal last night and yesterday afternoon, and it was really surreal. I asked it some questions, and it was very calm environment, and I asked it some questions. I said, am I going to fall pregnant? It said yes. I said, am I going to have 6 babies? It said yes. I said, am I going to have a baby in 2019? It said yes. I said, am I going to have a baby in November? And it stopped moving. It didn't even go yes or no. And then I said, am I pregnant? And it didn't move. And I was like, oh. And then I asked it a few other questions that I needed some answers to, and it moved fine. And I was a bit like, that's funny, or this crystal is not working, or something like that, because I really believe in that. And I said to Aaron, I asked my crystal some questions today, and he was like, oh, you know, but it didn't move. So whether that was getting my energy and it knew, I don't know. But anyhow, and that lady that I follow as well, she had exactly the same brownie discharge for a day or 2 and then came on. So yeah, I just think I had everything banking on being pregnant, but I'm not. Not this cycle, I'm out. And I've just done a due date thing. And if I have like a 4 or 5 day period like I normally do, it works out that I can start trying obviously day 6 when I'm all clean and tidy and detoxed, and hopefully, God willing, fingers crossed, it will be a December baby. Yeah, and I've looked up and it would be due around the 23rd of December, but hey, I could be 5 days early, which would be amazing. I'd love to be like 5 days early and it come on the 14th of December. That would be perfect for timing. Or it could be a week late, which it's all right if it's up to 5-6 days, but I don't want it any later than that. But yeah, a baby in December is what we're going for. And yeah, God willing, it'll happen. Love to you all, baby dust to you all. Please like and subscribe. Please comment and send me love and baby dust as well. I love hearing your stories. I love listening to your things. And I am a bit downbeat, but hey ho, onwards and upwards. I'm still doing my rose quartz under my pillow. My lavender's burning. Himalayan salt lamps on, and I'm feeling quite calm. So yeah, thank you for watching and love to you all. I'll update you after my reading next week. I'm going to have a little break now, so I will update you after my reading on Thursday. Thank you guys, bye.